Copyright infringement is a very serious issue and can have very serious ramifications. But in certain circumstances, the law allows limited uses of prior copyrighted works without getting the permission of copyright owners. That's called fair use. And fair use is really a defense to a copyright infringement claim. And that defense is usually used in circumstances surrounding news reporting agencies, or when works are used in religious settings or educational settings, or even when copyrighted works are made light of, and that's called a parody. So, if during a news report on TV, you might hear snippets, small segments of a song, or even videos, copyrighted videos, that might be considered fair use, and you may not have to get the permission of the copyright owner. When copyrighted works are used in an educational setting, particularly if it's a nonprofit educational setting, or doing religious services, that can be considered fair use, and you may not have to get the permission of the copyright owners to use those works in those settings. To give you an example of fair use, and its application in a copyright infringement case, I'm going to tell you about the test case in this area, which goes back a few decades, and it really occurred in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. There was a television station there that announced at the 6 o'clock news hour, "Be sure to stay tuned for the 11 o'clock news. We're going to go out to the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds and you're going to see the human cannonball. Be sure to stay tuned." The 11 o'clock newscast came, and the reporter reporting from the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds says, "Yes, here we are. We're here at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, and here's the human cannonball." And they panned over to the human cannonball, climbing up the steps to the cannon, packing himself into this cannon. The camera showed the blast as he took off, and they slowly followed him all the way over till he landed in the net. Isn't that amazing? The human cannonball. We're here at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, and back to you in the studio. Well, what they didn't know is that the human cannonball had copyrighted his act. He had copyrighted a recording of him. And the human cannonball filed suit against that television station and said, "Wait a minute. You infringed on my copyright. You stole my act, my work, my creative work." And the television station tried to raise the fair use defense and did say, "Wait a minute, this was news reporting. We had the right to show that." And the court found that it was not fair use, and they found the television station liable. And the court's justification was, you didn't use a small portion of this copyrighted work. You are a for-profit television station. You had a vested interest in promoting your 11 o'clock news, where you play a lot of local commercials where you make a lot of money. And you use the entire act, not a small portion. So I hope that's an example to show you that courts look at a number of factors and determine whether or not the fair use defense can be applied.